Hello everyone, Marge here, and I welcome you to the channel. If today happens to be your first day of coming across my videos, I kindly ask you to subscribe to the channel. On here, I teach you how to make your own beaded bags with ease. My tutorials are detailed and the steps are easy to follow. To my returning subscribers, I thank you so much for being on this journey with me. Today's tutorial is a bow tie shaped beaded bag. The design is trending, and I thought what better time to make a tutorial for you. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and if you do, kindly share your thoughts with me in the comment section. I'm open to answering any questions that you may have, and please watch the video forward because it helps the algorithm to push the video out there to other people. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share with family and friends. And if you want to support me by purchasing any of my bags, I have a website now. The link is in my profile. You can check it out and grab your tools and materials, and let's get beading. We are using size 10 sugar beads. You can use size 10 pearls or crystals, whichever is fine. Okay, and then we are using a 0.7 fishing line, and you need a cutter or a scissors. And to start, cut a long enough fishing line, one that you can handle, and on it you string 6 beads. Today's tutorial, mainly we are going to be making rings of 6 and rings of 4. Okay, so you string 6 beads like this. All right, make sure you pick the right number of beads. Okay, and then you cross. So we are going to continue by fixing 2. This is how your work should look like. You fix 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and then you fix another one, and then you cross, and that will give you another ring of 6. Okay, so this is it. You repeat the steps again, and then you fix 2 on the left, 2 on the right. You cross with a single bead, and I want you to go ahead and make 4 rings. Okay, make 4 rings, and then we will continue from there. So we've made 3. So this is my 4th ring. I follow the steps. We want to make our 5th one. I want you to flip over your work, and then on the left you fix 4 beads and 1 bead on the right, and then you crisscross into the 4th bead on the left like this. Okay, so we want to now build up on what we have. The fishing line is in a single bead. Okay, so we want to build up. You fix 5 beads on the left, and then you cross. So we are extending our row. Okay, so that is 5 beads, and then you cross. This point I want to knot. If you don't know how to knot, I will leave a link to another video where I explained it very well. Okay, so I'll make a knot like this. All right, it's just to really help hold the beads together. That's the whole point. All right, to make the work extra firm. Okay, so now I want you to enter 2 beads. We are going to be repeating these steps a lot, so pay attention. You enter 2 beads. Okay, and then you have your fishing line in 3 beads, 3 like this. Okay, and then you fix 3, and that will give you another ring of 6. So basically this is what we are going to be repeating throughout. Okay, so with your right fishing line you go into 2 beads, and you end up having your fishing line in 3, and then you go ahead and fix 3 beads like this, and then you cross. Okay, so I want you to keep repeating the steps until you get to the last bit. Okay, like this, and then we are left with 1 single bead over there, that one that I'm pointing at, this one. With the right fishing line you enter 1 bead. Okay, and then you flip your work to the other side. So you see it's in 2 beads. You fix 3 on the left, 1 on the right. Okay, because the fishing line is in 2 beads. All right, like this. Beautiful. Okay, so now we have 6. We've made 6 rings. Okay, so we want to extend on that one. All right, so we fix 5 beads, sorry, because we have the fishing line in a single bead. So we want to create 7 rings over there. Okay, and then you go ahead and cross or you knot. All right, so basically the steps are so easy. So now we are going to enter 2 beads. Okay, it's in 3 beads now. We'll go ahead and fix 3 beads and then we close the gap. All right. So this design is quite easy. It's quite straightforward, and I hope you're enjoying the tutorial so far. Okay, and then you cross. So I want you to repeat the steps, okay, until you get to the very last end over there. Okay, all right. So we have a single bead, we enter, we have our fishing line in 2 beads. I want you to flip your work, okay, and then this is what you have. So we have 7. We are going to make our 7th ring over there, and here we are going to change the form. We are going to change the matting, okay. We want to decrease from here. Okay, we want to decrease our work, so we have 5 rings, 6 rings, and then this is our 7th ring. Okay, so now we don't want to extend. All right, we have 7, so we want to close in on that. We want to close in, we are not extending. We want to reduce the rings now. Okay, so we are going to repeat the rings of 6 on top. Okay, on top there. So with our right fishing line, we are going to enter 1 bead. Okay, we enter 1 bead now. So we have our line in 2 beads. Okay, so we want to fix 4 on the left and cross. So in this way, we are going to make 6 rings on top. Okay, so with your right fishing line, I want you to enter 2 beads, and then you fix 3 on the left and cross. Okay, so keep weaving till you get to that point. Okay, so now we've got 5 rings. We've got to complete the 6th one. Okay, so flip over and we are closing in again. All right, so on the left the fishing line is in 3 beads. On the left we fix 3. All right, and then you cross. So with the right fishing line, you enter 1 bead. We have 6 rings. We want to make 5 rings on top. You enter 1 bead with the right line like this. Is in 2. Okay, so we want to go ahead and repeat 5 rings on top. All right, so on the left you start with 4 beads and then you cross. So I'm going to leave you, okay, to complete the rest of the 5 rings by yourself, as I believe the steps are very clear to you. Okay, so with the right you enter 2 beads, you fix 3 on the left, and then you cross. So complete it by yourself. So welcome back. This is how your work should look like. We have 5 rings, 6 rings, 7 rings, 6 rings, and then we want to make 5. So we've made 4 of the upper ones, so we are left with 1 more to go. And here we are going to secure our work. Okay, I want you to fix 3 beads on that side. Okay, and then we want to make a knot. You can either choose to pass your fishing line through the rest of the beads as much as you can, but I want to make a knot. So if you want to do that with me, go ahead, or you can better still just pass your fishing line through the beads, and that is it. Okay, so with the fishing line facing down, I want to enter into that bead that I pointed. I simply want to hide the knot in that bead. Okay, I want to hide the knot, so I'll pull down. Okay, and then my knot is hidden, and I'll just pass the remaining line into as many beads as I can. Okay, you see it's hidden. All right, so now go ahead and pass the remaining fishing line to secure your work. So this is how you secure your work. All right, so welcome back. I have completed mine, and I want you to make another mat. All right, in total, you are going to need to make 4 of these mats actually. Okay, so we are now going to join these 2 together. All right, we want to have 4 rings in the middle, joining them together. So cut a new line, don't cut too long, and go ahead and fix 1 bead. Okay, so 1 bead, you pick the other side of the fishing line, okay, your mat, and then you enter 2. You ignore that first bead, you enter these 2, which is the second and third bead. So this is how you attach the mats together. So you find out that your line is in 3 beads now, okay? And then on the upper one, you enter 2 bead from that side, the second and third bead. So now you see your fishing line is in 5 beads, and we are creating rings of 6, okay? So now I want you to go ahead and fix 1 bead to complete the circle. Okay, so we've made our first ring of 6, and after that, with the left fishing line you go through 2 beads, with the right you go through 2 beads. Okay, so we will have our fishing line in 5 beads now, and all you have to do is fix 1 bead to complete the rings of 6. All right, so we want to have 4 rings in the middle, and I would want you to use the steps to complete it. All right, so this is what we have. We want to make 4 rings in the middle, and then we have 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, and then we have 5, 6, 7, 6, 5. Okay, and then 4 in the middle. All right, so follow the steps, and now I've made 4 rings. I'm yet to complete it. So you fix 1 bead, make a knot, all right, to secure it, and then just as I taught you, you pass the remaining fishing line through the beads. You have to make 2 of this mat, okay? All right, and we are going to join it together, and we want to build on one of the mat, okay? So you cut some fishing line, cut pretty long enough, okay, and you skip that first bead and you enter that 1 bead, okay, you enter the second bead. This time we are creating rings of 4, so we are only going to be entering into just 1 bead, okay? So that is it. On the left you fix 3 beads and you cross into the third one with a right fishing line like this. You fix 3 and you cross. So we are just going to build the side of the bag, all right, and we are going to be creating 2 rows. So you see we've created a ring of 4. You enter 1 bead with your right fishing line, okay? So now it's in 2 beads, okay? So you go ahead and fix 2 on the left and then you cross with the right. So basically this is all you are going to be doing throughout. You enter 1 bead with your right fishing line and then you fix 2 on the left and cross. So I want you to keep weaving till you get to the other side, okay? So weave all round, all right? Weave all around till you get to that bead over there, all right? And then we'll continue from there. Welcome back, and this is what I have, okay? So I'm left with 1 more to go, and let us complete it together, and then we proceed with the next step. So on the left, go ahead and fix 2 beads to finish this first row. As I told you, we are making 2 rows, okay? So we would have to build another on top of this one, okay? So you see, we have that V in the middle. That's going to be the opening of our bag. So now to proceed, on your left you fix 3 beads and then you cross. So basically we are just trying to create another row on top using the same method, okay? Nothing is changing. So you see we've made our first ring of 4. So you just have to enter 1 bead, fix 2 and keep going till you get to the other side, all right? So weave all the way around. We are building on top and we've made our first ring. So when it gets to this part, you can either extend on the rows. Instead of making it 2, you can make it 3 or 4. It depends on the number of beads that you have, okay? So repeat the steps, you know, you enter 1, you fix 2. So I have completed mine. I'm now going to secure the ends, okay? So as I told you, you can either pass your fishing line all the way through or you can make a knot. So go ahead and secure yours. So my ends has been secured, okay? I hope you've done that for yourself, and now it's time to attach the other side to the body of the bag, okay? So with a new fishing line, cut long enough, all right? And then with one side we are going to go through we are going to skip the first bead at the edge and enter the second bead, okay? Just as I've done, you skip that bead and then you enter the second bead, and you make sure the ends are equal, okay? And then on the left line you fix one bead. You fix one bead on the left line, and then you see it's in one bead, okay? We are creating rings of 4. It's in one bead, and then with the same end of the fishing line with the left line, you enter the first bead on that side, okay? That bead, let me give you a close-up. You enter one bead from there, okay? And after you have done that, make sure the ends of your fishing line, they are equal, okay? It's in one bead. So now you find that it's in 3 beads now. So all we have to do is go ahead and string one bead and close the gap. So that will give us our first ring of 4, making our rows 3, okay? So I told you we want to create 3 rows as the side of the bag. All right, so you see, so with each side of the fishing line, enter one bead each, okay? You enter one bead each. You see it's in 3 beads now. So all you have to do is close the gap with one bead. At this point, you can increase the size of your bag depending on the amount of beads you have, okay? So you can increase yours to maybe 3 or 4 or 5. It all depends on you, all right? So I want you to complete the steps by yourself. I'm going to do mine off camera, and then I'll come back and join you. Welcome back. You see our bag is almost getting to the end. Our bag is bagging, and it's now time to fix the handle. Okay, we are going to fix a handle. So you cut a new fishing line, okay? You see where I'm pointing? We are going to work within those 4 beads, okay? So you enter that bead, all right? Can you see? You enter that bead that I've just pointed at. Let me use my crochet pin to show you. This part is a bit dicey, so I will tell you, I would advise you to take your time, okay? So you see we've entered that bead. We are working in the second row, okay? And that is it. You enter that bead over there, you see, and then we are going to enter that bead that I'm pointing at with the same end of the fishing line. So when we do this, we will have our fishing line in 2 beads, and then we are working in the middle row. That is the second row. Please pay attention. Okay, so now we have the fishing line in 2 beads. So your line should come out of these 2 beads, okay? I want to give you a proper view, and then we are going to work around those 4 beads. So you have our handle seated within the 4 rings, okay? Alright, so now let's proceed. On the left fishing line, you fix 2 beads because we have the fishing line in 2 beads already, and then you cross. Alright, so with the lower fishing line, you go through 1 bead, okay? That bead over there, you go through 1 bead with your lower fishing line. At this point, you will be needing a crochet pin or something to be picking out your fishing line because it gets tricky here, okay? So we have the fishing line in 2 beads now. On the left, you fix 2 beads and you cross. So this is how we build on the handle, all right? So with the lower fishing line, we go through that bead over there, okay? We go through we go through 2 beads, sorry. You go through 2 beads. So we are going to go through that bead over there. So now we will have our fishing line in 2 beads now, okay? And then you close up with 1 bead. So this is how you do it. All right, let's proceed. So you see we have 4 beads on top of that line. So with the upper fishing line, we are going to fix 3 beads because the fishing line is in 1 bead. We are fixing 3 beads, and then you cross into the 3rd bead. Beautifully, please be tightening up. All right, so with the lower fishing line, you go through 1 bead. you tighten up. You see it's in 2 beads, okay? So on the upper line you fix 2 beads, and then you cross. Beautiful. So we are going to go through 1 bead again with the lower line. You go through 1 bead, and then you fix 2 beads on the left and cross. So anytime you want to build a handle on top of a bag, the procedure is the same, okay? So we are going to go through 2 beads, okay? That bead and that bead on the side, all right? 2 beads, okay? So we will have our fishing line in 3 beads like this, and then you go ahead and fix 1 bead and close. So I'm going to repeat one more step with you, and then I want you to go ahead and make it yourself. We've made 2, we want to build up, all right? So let's repeat the steps, and then I'll leave you to keep weaving. All right, you fix 3 beads on the left, and then you cross, okay? So this step is quite easy. I want you to, follow up and weave it by yourself. As you know, we don't want to prolong the tutorial, and I know that the steps are quite straightforward and you got this, okay? And then you fix 2 beads on the upper line, and then you cross. So with the lower line you go through 1 bead, that bead over there on the side, you go through 1 bead, okay? You fix 2 beads on the left because it's in 2 beads, all right? And then you cross. So we've done this, all right? We've done 3 rows. I want you to build up. You are going to build 10 rows on one side, and then you build 6 rows on the other side. Welcome back, and we are going to join the handles together, all right? So I've made 10 on one side, and then there's 6 on that side, and then when you join you are going to have 17. You can do yours longer if you have enough beads, okay? So on that side of the line, you fix 1 bead, we are going to attach it to the opposite one, okay? And then we are going to go through 1 bead with that same side of the fishing line. We go through that bead, okay? 1 bead, all right? And then we have it in 3 beads now, the fishing line in 3 beads, okay? So we will just fix 1 bead to make our first ring of 4, okay? And then you pull tight, when it gets here, make sure you are tightening up real good. With the left you enter 1 bead, and then with the right you enter 1 bead, okay? So you enter 1 bead from that side, and then with the right fishing line you enter 1 bead, all right? And then when you fix 1 bead on any side of the line, okay, you see, so it's in 3 beads now, and then you fix 1, and then you cross. Make sure you tighten up real good, okay? We will go again with each side of the line. You go through 1 bead each, okay? So now we have our fishing line in 3 beads again. You fix 1 and close up, tighten up real good. So you see we have attached it. So you are going to go through 1 bead, okay? We are going to go through 1 bead each, and then with the left fishing line you go through 1 bead from left to right, okay? So we will have both ends of the fishing line in there, you see. So at this point you can decide to make a knot, or you can pass the remaining fishing line through the beads, all right? So go through as many beads as you can, okay? You have to secure your work very well, and we will continue from there. Ta-da! Congratulations, we are almost done with our bag. As you can see, our bag is bagging. It's looking so pretty. Mine is so firm and steady. I hope yours is looking the same. Okay, so now we want to add a little touch to our bag. We want to create a little flap over it. Okay? So cut some fishing line, all right, and go through 3 beads from the center. Okay, go through those 3 beads, all right, from where we have our 4 rings. Okay, so go through 3 beads, all right. This step is quite easy. So the fishing line is in 3 beads. Go ahead and fix 1 bead on the left, 1 bead on the right, and then fix another one and crisscross, and this will give you another ring of 6. Okay, so we are creating a little flap over our bag. We don't want to leave it open, you see. So I want you to fix 2 beads on each side of the fishing line. Because the fishing line is in 1 bead, you fix 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and then you go ahead and fix another one and cross. So this is the step. It's quite easy, so I will leave you to make 7 of the rings. Okay, all right, so complete it by yourself. You fix 2 each on each side of the fishing line, and then you close with 1. Okay, so I've made 7. This is the 7th one. I want to go ahead and make a knot, tighten it up. Okay, and after you've made a knot, go ahead and pass your fishing line through the rings, all right, and trim off nicely. Okay, so now this is how it looks like. Okay, that's 7 rings, all right. So it's just going to go across, and now we want to create another flap. You know, I'm admiring the work. It's looking nice. We want to create a flap across it. Okay, so to secure that, so cut a new fishing line and go through 2 beads from the 3rd ring. Okay, all right, we are going to work there where we have the 5 rings. We want to work in the 3rd where I've just pointed. Okay, so you fix 1 bead on the left, and then you fix 1 bead on the right, and then you add 1 more and you cross. So this one is going to give us a ring of 5, as the fishing line is already in 2 beads. So you see, we've made our first ring of 5. Okay, and then you fix 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Okay, and then you cross. All right, so you want to repeat the steps and make 3 additional 3 rings of 4. Okay, so our first ring is a ring of 5, and then you want to add an additional 3 rings of 4. So repeat the steps and make yours. So now we've completed it. We have 4 rings. We made a ring of 5, and then we've made 3 rings of 4. Okay, so it's now time to, you know, attach it to the other side. Okay, so our flap is going to go through it. I'm sure you already guessed how it's going to look like. All right, so this is how it's going to look like. All right, so with you fix 1 bead each on each side of the line, and then you are going to go through the 2 beads from where we have our 5 rings, and then you are going to work into the 3rd ring. Okay, that's 1, 2, and 3. You are going to work in those 2 beads on the 3rd ring on the other side. Okay, so always remember we are working in the rings of 5. Okay, and then we are working in the 3rd rings. So you are just going to go through 2 beads, all right, the 2 beads with one side, 1 bead with one side of the line, and then you go through that bead with the other side. Okay, and you see, this is how it should look like. Okay, so now I want you to pass the fishing line through the beads. Okay, so with one end you go through the body of the bag, and then with the other you go through the flap across. Okay, so by so doing you want to tighten up your work, okay, to make it really firm and sturdy. All right, so go through it as much as you can, and then we will continue from there. Congratulations, we are done. We've come to the end of our tutorial, and you can tell from the excitement in my voice that I am very happy with the outcome, because trust me, this bag is really cute, and when you look at it, it looks really small, but it's not that small. It's quite spacious, and this is the outcome. And I want to say congratulations if you've come this far, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know how you did with the tutorial. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section. And if you've watched this far and you haven't liked the video or you haven't subscribed yet, kindly go ahead and do so. Okay, so just to let you know, you can even add a little sparkle or a little touch to your bag, okay, by adding your a chain strap. Okay, so if you have these bag hooks, you can go through the second row, okay, with the hooks, and then just attach your chain, and that will give it some bling bling bling. Okay, and trust me, this bag is so cute and I can't wait to rock it. Okay, I also want to tell you that I'm on Instagram at Match Crystals. Please follow me there and tag me, show me your creation. Let me know what you did following my tutorial. I would love to hear from you. And also, if you want to support your girl by making a purchase, if you want to buy any of my bags on my Instagram page, kindly go to my website. The link is in my bio on Instagram. I also have the link to my website inside my channel profile on YouTube, where you can go there and make a purchase. I ship worldwide using DHL, so if you want to support me by purchasing one of my bags, please go ahead and do so. And all too soon, we've come to the end of the tutorial. So just a quick one before you go. This is what remained out of the 500 grams of beads I use. So if you want to use a bigger measurement, you would probably have to get like 2 packs of beads. Okay, but if you're using my measurement, this is okay, because this is all that I got remaining. All right.